Today, we're going on a ride along. I'm gonna show y'all what it looks like in the life of a vending machine business operator by riding along with me. And just something to keep in mind before we go on this ride along, you don't have to have anything special about you or have any type of rich abundance of wealth sitting around to start a vending machine business. Personally, I started with a 3K deal. I didn't even pay the whole 3K off at the same time. I worked out a payment plan with the person, and looking in hindsight, I could have got that machine for way cheaper. Knowing what I know now, I could have started with 1.5K comfortably. It's all about how you work out your deals. I say it's all about deal making more so than it is having the vending machines and the locations. With that being said, I have a total of 4 locations with 5 vending machines sitting in them. So we're going to get started on our first location, which is a scrapyard soda machine. So for that soda machine, we're about to hit the local grocery store and see what kind of deals they got for us on them sodas. So I'll meet y'all there. As always, happy hustles. I'm here in my local grocery store and I have my shopping list in hand. Let's get on in there and find out what kind of deals they have that I might just be able to capitalize on. Here we have the Coke products. Now they are on sale, but they're on sale for $7 for a box of 12 cans, making each can 58 cents per. I try to keep a profit of at least 50 cents per can sold, and in my vending machines I sell each can for $1 per. So these just simply won't fit into my profit margin, so I'm gonna leave these here and see if I can find a better deal elsewhere. And look what we have here. The Pepsis are having a sale. Buy 2, get your third case free. For $8.50 a pack, you have to spend about $17 for 36 cans. That'll make each can 47 cents per. So that leaves you with a profit margin of 53 cents. That's good in my book, so I'm going to load up on my Pepsi products. These original Pepsis are always a great seller for me. They compete back and forth with the Cokes. It's hard to say which one's better, but the Mountain Dews, they sell in any location and any season. I have some machines that I stuff 2 selections full of. And as for these Nature's Twist orangeades and lemonades, I'm gonna experiment with these at certain locations to see if I can get them to sell. I mean, they're only $5 for a box of 12, making each can 42 cents per. So with the profit margin of 58 cents per can sold, we might as well find out together if these will do any good inside of my vending machines. And these Dr. Peppers, I'll go ahead and tell you, these are a great seller right along with the Mountain Dews. But unfortunately, just like the Sprites and the Cokes, the cases of Dr. Pepper are on sale for $7, making each can 58 cents per. Like I said before, that's not much of a profit margin, but I really don't feel like driving around just to look for these 3 flavors, so I guess I'm biting the bullet on this one. And of course, we can't forget the Gatorades for those non-soda drinkers. I try to keep everybody in mind. Now we got our buggy full. Let me get this rung up and I'm gonna meet y'all outside. Alright, Hustle fam, we back in the car. So this store had a few deals, but it wasn't really the deals we were looking for, but it's the deals we got. So we're gonna have to rock with it. So we're about to go ahead and get to our first location, which again is at a scrapyard. And this is that location where I had the AC compressor replaced on that soda machine. Now the only hurtful fact I can think about now is the weather. We are in wintertime and the weather is showing every bit of it. So as all us vendors know, soda machines tend to have a decline in sales in the cold weather. I guess something about that hot weather just makes people thirsty. But we're gonna go ahead and get to this first location soda machine. And it's been about 2 weeks since I last been here, so we're gonna see how much it made after 2 weeks. Let's go ahead and get there. So we made it to my first location of the day. So the first thing we're gonna do is whip out the handy dandy hand truck out the back and get these drinks loaded up. And I'll meet y'all at the vending machine. Now let's go ahead and get this drink machine open so we can see what it did for the past 2 weeks. My guess is it's about empty because this machine will go through some drinks, especially in the summertime. And just like I said, there's only 2 selections left. Let's go ahead and get it filled up. Get these Mountain Dews in there. Can't forget the Sprites and of course the Pepsis. And then we're gonna follow up with the Gatorades, the blue of course, and that's about it for now. Now we gotta get on to the cash. Let's go and check out the money mat, but first we're going for the change. And that's actually not bad. That's a nice little handful. And now for my favorite part, let's check out the money mag. And look, we could already see the little stat peeking through. Let's go and pull the mag down so we can get a better look at it. See if I can pull this out for you. Not too bad. Definitely not too good, but not too bad. Now before we lock up the machine and leave our location, we always want to check that the machine is in full operation before heading out, and this is why. As you can see, my correct change when lit light is on, which means for some reason my machine is not giving out change. So I had to open this machine up and diagnose the problem, and usually this is caused by a coin jam. So the first thing I'm gonna do is close it back up and bang on it a few times to see if I can knock some sense into it. Believe it or not, this actually will work sometime, but in this case it doesn't. So I'm gonna have to open the machine back up and then do some more digging. So what I'm gonna do now is take the money magazine apart. I'm gonna make sure it's not a dollar bill stuck in the chute anywhere, because this problem could be caused by a bill jam or a coin jam. So the first thing I'm gonna check out is the bill jam. Now we had a money magazine clear, so let's give it a try. And the light just came back on, so we gotta dig deeper. So let's get back inside. So we already made sure the money magazine was clear, so next on the list is to check out the coin mechanism. So we're gonna pull the whole coin mechanism off of the machine, and then we're gonna flip it to the bottom to make sure all the pathways are clear for the coins. So we get a better look. Let's go ahead and pop off this bottom cap, and there we go. We can see all the pathways. And just as soon as I popped off that bottom lid, I could see the problem. It was a dime clogging up the pathway for the dimes. So I went ahead and removed that, so now the coins are free to flow. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this bottom lid back on, and before I hook this coin mechanism back up to this vending machine, we're gonna test it out. We're gonna hit these buttons just to test out the motors, and let's check everything works. And there it is. It sounds like everything is in motion. So let's go ahead and get this hook back up, and we're gonna give it a try. And finally, we have the correct change when lit light off. So now I'm not missing out on money, just for the simple fact that people can't get change back. So before we turn our back on this location, let's just make sure we're gonna test it out with coins and bills. So we're gonna go ahead and put the bill in there, hit the coin return button, and just make sure those coins are indeed returning. And you see it yourself, we have coins in hand, so this machine is in full operation. I think we're good. All right, Hustle fam, we made it back to the car, and check out the back. All that cardboard, we're gonna recycle that as soon as I finish this video. So this location actually had that bill jam going on, or something crazy going on with that change acceptor, but as y'all seen, I was able to fix it, so it should be back to running as usual. And also, I didn't fill this machine to the max last refill, so that's why I was kind of low this time, but it actually did good. Everything that I did put in there that's new, it actually sold out, so I'm definitely happy with this stack. So let's see what it brought in for the 2 weeks. So let's check it out for the 2 weeks. I left the change in there. It wasn't enough change for me to want to collect it. I'm gonna let that add up. But for the bills, here's the stack. Yeah, I'll definitely take it. So this location was actually so close to home that I'm gonna come on back to drop off this cardboard at the house, and then I'm gonna go ahead about my route. I just like working in a clean environment, going to clear up my car a little bit, and then I'll feel a little better about myself. So I'll be right back, and then we'll get on to our third location, which is a clinic. And that's a combo vending machine that we're about to get to. I'll meet y'all there. We made it here to my second location, so by now y'all should already know the routine. We're gonna grab the hand truck, grab the snacks, and then we're gonna head inside. Now at this location, I have a combo vending machine, and we're not here to do the restocking today. We're just here to take out the expired drinks and replace it with some good drinks. I have some sodas in here that just won't sell, so I'm gonna take these out before I end up making somebody sick. We all know that's a liability issue, so let's go ahead and get this taken care of. Go ahead and get the fresh products put in there, and then we'll be out of here in a jiffy. I have to assume that this location prefers cans over bottled drinks because the cans tend to sell pretty good. It could be because the cans are cheaper, or maybe they just prefer the cans over the bottles, who knows. But I took out bottles of Cheerwine, ginger ale, Pepsi, and a bottle of Coke and replaced it with cans of Pepsi, Coke, and Dr. Peppers as requested. So now I have to change the price from the bottle prices to the can prices. And once we have the new prices set, that'll be it for this location. So I'll meet y'all back at the car. And that wraps up location 2. So this location, we're just coming here to take out the 4 or 5 selections that's expired and to change that one selection from $3 to $1. I meant to change that on my last refill. And as you've seen, I got called by Queen Pristine. Like I'm always saying, if it ain't one thing, it's another. So I gotta go get her, and she's gonna accompany us on the rest of the ride along, so y'all stay tuned. All right, Hustle fam, check out who I got with me, Queen Pristine. And also we are at our third location, and this location is a warehouse, and I have 2 machines inside of here. It's a soda machine and a snack machine. So without further ado, let's get in there. Now before we get in here to this next location, Hustle fam, do me a huge favor. Let me know you're still rocking with me by leaving me a happy hustles down in the comments. All right, let's get back to these vending machines. And just as soon as I walk in, I can see a note stuck to my vending machine. So this machine has been taking money apparently. That's never good. But let's go ahead and get these open and see how much these machines made for the past 2 weeks of operation. And we're gonna start with the soda machine. So let's go ahead and get this open up the gate, and check that out. We have quite a few selections that's super low, and then we have some that's high. So let's go ahead and get this machine taken care of. And just like that, this machine is stopped. When you get good as I am, you'll be able to do it that fast also. Now, if you absolutely must see how I do my vending machine restocks, then make sure to stay tuned in and watch this video where I go into more details about my restocking, and I'll do some Q&A along the way. Now, let's see how much this drink machine brought in for the past 2 weeks. And already I can see a little stack in the money mag. Let's go ahead and pull this out. Now, let's see if I get a grip on the stack. There we go. Now let's go ahead and put this money magazine back. And there was no change made in the past 2 weeks from this vending machine. So we're gonna go ahead and get this locked up, get it nice and secure, and then we're gonna move on to the snack machine. And sheesh, look at all those empty spaces. The new employees at this location must really be wiping this machine out come break time. I'm gonna go ahead and get this restocking done in a jiffy, and then we go ahead and get to the money. And 2 seconds later, we have a fully stocked machine. So let's go ahead and check out the money. We're gonna start out with the change. Let's see how it did for 2 weeks. That's not too bad. That's a handful of change. Let's go ahead and check out the bills now. All right, let's go ahead and pull the stack out the mag and check it out. Hey, I'll take it. Not too bad, if I do say so myself. So now I have to go in and set the new prices for the new snacks in this vending machine. If you want to know how to set the prices on your vending machine and you don't have the manual, then you can always find a copy of the manual by Googling your vending machine by brand and model number. And now that that's done, let's go ahead and lock this vending machine back up. I had these 2 vending machines here at this location for about 3 months before I decided to install these Nayax card readers to them, and immediately I noticed my sales improved dramatically. And if you're planning on picking up a Nayax card device for yourself, then be sure to use code Pristine Vend at checkout for a special discount just for the Hustle fam. You can find a link in the description. And don't forget to check out my install video where you'll follow along with me as I perform my first ever card reader install. Now that everything is cleaned up, the last thing on the list to do is to leave this money behind to pay back everyone who lost their money in my vending machines. I'm gonna meet y'all back at the car once I take care of this debt. All right, Hustle fam, we're back at the car from our 3rd location, 2 vending machines. So let's see how much it brought in for the past 2 weeks. So here we are. This is the 2 vending machines put together. And in case you ain't hear me last time, I am not collecting the change this go around. I am only getting the bills. So that's what these 2 machines brought in for the past 2, maybe 3 weeks. And this location took so long to reload these 2 vending machines because this is actually one of my neglected locations. Even when I did come back here, I didn't have all the products this machine needed. So I got it all stocked to the max now, so we should be good. And I'll be back next week. I'm gonna try to stay on it weekly now, but let's go ahead and get it to our 4th location, which is a church/community center, and it's a snack machine inside of there. I'll meet y'all there. On our way inside, Hustle fam, do me a huge favor and be sure to like this video so the algorithm will continue putting this video in front of other entrepreneurs just like yourself. And of course, the first thing we have to do once we get this machine open is to go through the products and make sure there's no expired snacks, which it was only 1 in this one. So now I can go ahead and get this vending machine stocked up. Now I have to be honest with you, I made it to this location with no time to spare. They are scheduled to close in just 10 minutes. So I'm gonna do what I can, and I'm gonna just have to come on back here tomorrow to finish the rest. Now just give me a moment to finish setting the prices on this vending machine, and then we'll get to the cash. And of course we're gonna start with the change, and I see some gold in there. That's always a plus. Now let's go ahead and get to those bills. Take a little peek and check it out. Whew, I love to see it. Hey, let me take it out the money mag so I can take a closer look at it. That's not too bad. Just something to keep in mind though is that most of my sales are card sales. So with that being known, that's actually a decent stack. That wraps up here. I'll meet y'all back at the car. Childish. All right, fam, we're back in the car from our 4th location, and we made it to all 5 vending machines today. Barely. For the past 2 weeks, this is what this vending machine brought in. We just had to leave this one a little early. I'm gonna be back tomorrow for this machine. I didn't do the whole fill up on it. I didn't want to have the security guard waiting too long to go home. I know how it is. We all want to get home, but he was nice enough to let me stay. But now you know what it looks like in the life of a regular vending machine business owner. Full of hiccups, but we get through them. And to see that location that I didn't make it to today, make sure you check out my last video right here. Happy hustles.